Hello everyone, welcome to Ojasat IAS Academy, India's best platform for UPSC guidance program. I am Khushbu Sisodia and I am going to discuss 10 MCQs on 18th October 2019. Let's read the question given below one by one. Sorry. In recent times, India has started talking about data localization. With reference to it, consider the facts about Amazon Web Services. Amazon Web Services is also called AWS. So let's read the statements given below and which of the above statement is are correct. We have to find out the correct statement. I always suggest you guys to underline whether they are asking about a correct or an incorrect statement. Let's read the statement 1. Amazon Web Services AWS is a subsidiary of Amazon that provides on-demand cloud computing platforms to individuals and companies only. See, whenever they have given some extreme words, please read that statement carefully and again. You can spend 2 readings on this, read it twice. So when they are talking about the whole subsidiary Amazon to provide on demand cloud computing platform to the individuals and company only, so this is incorrect, friends. This is incorrect because it is not only to the companies and individual, it also extends to government. So this is incorrect. Statement 2. See, if we try and eliminate the wrong options, we may get our answer. So 1 is incorrect. So here they have not mentioned 1. Wherever they have mentioned 1, we can cut the answer. So B can be eliminated. C is also eliminated and D is also eliminated. See, only after reading one statement we got the answer, but still I will suggest you guys to read the whole statements, all the statements. The AWS technology is implemented at server farms throughout the world and maintained by Amazon subsidiary. This is correct. Subscribers can pay for a single virtual AWS computer, a dedicated physical computer or cluster of either. Yes, this is also correct. Both the statements are correct. As part of the subscription agreement, Amazon provides security for subscriber system. All 3 statements like 2, 3 and 4 are correct. 1 was incorrect. So let's check the answer. And answer is A, that is 2, 3 and 4. You know what? AWS, Amazon Web Services, is a subsidiary Amazon that provides on the demand cloud computing to all, not just government, not just companies, or not only to individuals, but to all of them. On what? On metered pay as you go basis. So AWS technology is implemented at server farms throughout the world and maintained by Amazon subsidiary. There are few points they have mentioned here. You please pause the video and read the whole explanation. If I begin to explain one word by word, your video will be too long. Question number 2. Recently, Gujarat becomes first market in world for particulate matter emissions trading. With reference to it, consider the following statements. This is a very hot topic. They are talking about particulate matter emissions and they have mentioned Gujarat. So whenever you read such questions, you try and recall whatever news you have read in the newspaper or heard in news. Then they have given 3 statements and we have to find out which of the above statement is or not correct. We have to eliminate the incorrect statement. So let's read them one by one. 155 industrial units of Surat came together for live trading under the emission trading scheme. This is correct. Under the ETS, the overall amount of pollution allowed from 155 regulated industries is capped. This is also correct. Both these statements are correct. So A is not the answer, B is also not the answer, C can be our answer or D can be the answer. Earlier it was done for SO2 in the US and Europe where there were complaints of acid rain. You know, whenever we have such particulates in our atmosphere, the acid rain is caused. Acid rain is not that the acid is coming from sky. It is that those chemicals mix with water, there's droplets and it becomes acidic rain. So this is also correct. All three statements are correct. Therefore, answer is D. None of the above. Yes. You have to read these explanations. Okay. So here they have mentioned all that 155 industrial units came together as live trading. Whenever they say live trading, you have to relate it with what? These ETS, emissions trading schemes. If you remember these words, even if you don't know the answer, you can guess it. Your guessing parts becomes very strong. Question number 3. Recently, SC has agreed to hear the plea of the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India (IBBI) to initiate criminal proceedings against UK-based Liberty House. UK-based Liberty House. With reference to the IBBI, consider the following statements. They have given two statements, 1 and 2. We have to find out the correct option. The Insolvency Bankruptcy Board of India is the regulator for overseeing insolvency proceedings and entities like insolvency professionals, agencies, insolvency professionals and information utilities in India. This is correct. It has been given statutory power throughout the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. This is also correct. Therefore, answer is C, 1 and 2 both. Yes, answer is insolvency is both. So, you know what, we have seen so many cases about these. So, this is like the Insolvency and IBBI was established on 1st October. When it was established, you have to remember, sometimes just to guess, maybe they give you some option which is before the date of establishment, which will be definitely a wrong option. So you have to remember that this is not a very old organization, which is not a very old board. So it also writes and enforces rules for processes, namely corporate insolvency, resolution, corporate liquidation, individual insolvency, resolution, and many more such things which comes under this code. So let's move to question number 4. This is my favorite section, which is Bay of Bengal Large Marine Ecosystem BOBLME BOBLME project's executing agency is. So you know what, you always have to remember these, like UNICEF. What is UNICEF? What is FAO? What is UNESCO? What is Asian Development Bank? What they do, so that you can remember these options, these names with the properties, with their nature of work, what they do, for whom they work. So the answer is, the question you have read, that the Bay of Bengal Large Marine Ecosystem project's executing agency is. Here, who is the executing body of this marine ecosystem project, this project? So the option is FAO. Let's check the answer. Yes, answer is FAO. So the 8 countries surrounded by Bay of Bengal: Bangladesh, India, Indonesia, Malaysia, Maldives, Myanmar, Sri Lanka and Thailand committed themselves to work together through the Bay of Bengal Large Marine Ecosystem, because this is always easier and cheaper way of transportation, and all the things can be transported and so many things can be done. So this is about BOBLME project to better lives of coastal population through improved regional management of Bay of Bengal and environment. Here what they do is try and improve the life quality of the people who are living in that area. Question number 5. Question number 5 is, Houston city of Texas in USA is located on the side of. We have to find out the correct option. They have made it so clear that we have to find out the correct option. Let's read them one by one. Gulf of California, this is not correct. Gulf of St. Lawrence, not correct. Gulf of Mexico, Hudson Bay. Gulf of Mexico is the correct answer. So this is Hudson. See, this is Hudson and this is Gulf of Mexico. So this answer is correct. Next question, question number 6. The United Nations Climate Action Summit was held recently. With reference to it, consider the following statements. This is the question related to United Nations Climate Action Summit, and this was a very recent event that took place. So whenever such events happen, you have to read the whole news, why it happened, what was the purpose, what was the outcome, who all participated, who are not a member of it. So in such manner, if you read about these summits, about these actions, about these boards, then you remember and solve the questions very nicely. So they have given 4 statements. We have to find which of the above statement is are correct. Let's read them one by one. China, the US and India are the 3 largest greenhouse gas emitters in the world. Yes, we have done this question in previous slide also, where we discussed about the greenhouse gas emissions from China. So this is correct. Many countries are struggling to meet their targets. Global greenhouse gas emissions are still rising. This is also correct, though we are claiming that we are trying and doing so, but still these emissions are still rising. Some of the most aggressive commitments to zero out emissions came from countries that are most vulnerable to the consequences of climate change. This is also correct. While India's NDC is in line with the 2 degrees Celsius warming target under the Paris Agreement, it is not enough to reach the 1.5 degrees Celsius target. You know, this is the target we have to reach, and they are saying it's not easy. So this is also correct. All the statements are correct. Let's check the answer. Yes, all statements are correct. So China, US, India, these are the topmost countries who are emitting maximum number of greenhouse gases. We have to really work hard. You know, it's not easy to survive without AC, but it won't be easy to survive without such healthy environment too. So we have to work on our daily habits also. Small change can bring a lot of difference. Question number 7. Recently, Article 51 of the UN Charter was in news. With reference to it, consider the following statements. They have given 3 statements. We have to find which of the statement is not correct, and whenever you see not, you have to highlight it, encircle it, whatever makes you comfortable, and read them so that you don't forget that you have to find. This happened to me once, where I forgot that I had to mark incorrect statement and I marked correct statement. So this can happen to anyone. You guys have to be very careful. Nothing in the present charter shall impair the inherent right of individual or collective self-defense if an armed attack occurs against a member of United Nations until the Security Council has taken measures necessary to maintain international peace and security. This is correct. We are doing so much to maintain international peace, security. We keep on talking about them. We meet foreign delegates to maintain such relations. So this is correct. Measures taken by members in the exercise of this right of self-defense need not to be immediately reported to the Security Council. This is also correct. They have made some measures so that we can think, decide and act. Measures taken by members shall not in any way... Sorry, this is not correct. I am so sorry for this. This is an incorrect statement. Measures taken by the members in the exercise of this right of self-defense need not to be immediately reported to the Security Council. Whenever they say need not to, or when they are using not immediately, such extreme words, you read this again and then decide what can be the answer. It has to be decided immediately. Then measures taken by members shall not in any way affect the authority and responsibility of the Security Council under the present charter. This is correct. So answer is 2 only. Let's check the answer. Yes, explanation. This is Article 51 is nothing in this present charter shall impair in the inherent. So this is, you can read it. This is, see, they have written and highlighted the answer that it shall be immediately. So 2 is the correct answer. Question number 8. Recently, CDSCO, Central Drug Standard Control Organization, flags ranitidine over possible presence of carcinogenic impurity. With reference to the CDSCO, consider the following statements. So, they have given two statements. We have to find out the correct option. Let's read them one by one and then we will mark the correct answer. So CDSCO under Directorate General of Health Service, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India in the National Regulatory Authority NRA of India. This is correct. CDSCO along with state regulators is jointly responsible for grant of license of certain specialized categories of critical drugs. This is also correct. Both the statements are correct, so answer is C. Let's check the answer. Yes, answer is C. Let's see the question 9. The Investment Trends Monitor ITM is a flagship report issued by which of the following? Whenever they give you some report questions, whenever you read them in your newspaper or see them in news, you have to always remember who has published this report, because this question is some sort of UPSC's favorite pattern. They keep on asking such questions, so whenever you read World Bank, so make notes. Like for example, what I did is I used to make notes where it was about World Bank or everything about World Bank, what it does, what reports, where it favors, and what can be against World Bank, and then IMF, UNCTAD, Asian Development Bank. So see, along with this I have read all the options. So still I will read them. First is World Bank, which is not true. ITM is not issued by World Bank, neither by IMF. It is issued by UNCTAD and not even by Asian Development Bank. Let's check the answer. Answer is UNCTAD. The Investment Trends Monitor is a series issued by what? UNCTAD. So let's check question 10. Last question of the day. It is, which of the following Great Lake is located entirely in US? So this lake is entirely in US. None of the not even a single portion of any part of this lake is not outside USA. So let's read the options given below. Lake Michigan. See, A is the correct answer, but still let me read out so that you remember what all lake does not come entirely in USA. Lake Erie, Huron, Superior. So Lake Michigan is the correct answer. See, Lake Michigan is the correct answer. So you have to remember all these questions, practice them as much as you can. See, this is entirely in US. This was all about today. Be regular to all the videos, practice them as much as you can. Never forget to share, subscribe, and stay tuned for more information. Whatever videos we have covered, please make a note of all of them. Note these topics in your notes and revise them as much as you can. Have a lovely day.